Okay, so welcome back to Prison Architect. When we left off, we were sitting here ready to do an intake of prisoners. We had negative 200 in daily cash flow just due to the fact that now we have several guards on staff, six actually, and obviously several workmen. And then we have three office staff as well. So we're going to actually go ahead and intake some prisoners. I also didn't mention the two cooks that we have as well. So we're actually going to go to our intake. We're actually going to fill capacity, which is 24. We're only going to do minimum security at the time being, just to make things a little bit easier. And then once we get kind of more amenities set up, we'll go ahead and worry about getting a higher security and such. So you can see when we left off, we kind of went for the dormitory type prison. So we'll kind of extend our hallway down, do some more dorms eventually, maybe bring it down and, do kind of back to back with each other. But at the moment, we're only doing 24 prisoners. We have plenty of beds for them. We still have the holding cell, so if we actually want to take more, we could store them in the holding cell. And then we have the reception as well. And we actually have the cowboy guards. I forgot what they called them. The desert appearance might be what it was. Let's see. I think we are missing a door wall. That's what it is. So we're actually going to also make this room at some point the psychiatrist's office. So what else do they need? Office desk. Area log in place additional objects and psychiatrist objects to improve treatment to criminally insane inmates. Items are unlocked via criminally insane inmates attending psychiatry. Okay, awesome. So we're not going to actually worry about that right now, but I know we did say that we were probably going to place a classroom here, which we do not have education unlocked, so we will go ahead and start on that. It did cost us $2,000, but obviously you see we have $35,000 in the bank, so we're not too worried about that. We'll speed it up a little bit just to get these prisoners in. And let's see, psychologist. So we do not have the psychologist unlocked, which will be where? Unless I'm thinking of something completely different. It does say hire a psychologist. So we're actually going to go ahead and get a couple of janitors in. I don't think we built them a cleaning closet, which should hopefully not be too big of a deal because we are getting a little bit grody up in here. We actually may do... We'll actually do two more so they can kind of start heading, doing things like laundry. We'll get prison labor to go into that at some point as well. And then... I'm trying to figure out the psychologist, because I have the psychiatrist. I require psychology, which is right there. So we'll get that unlocked and we'll hire the psychologist as well, so we can get the inmate health and well-being taken care of. And I think as far as doors need to be locked open, I think we got everything, so we shouldn't really be slowing. We may build a double door. We'll build one here, so there's kind of more of like an intersection here. So we'll keep that door locked open as well. And again, just in case like of a lockdown, all the doors will shut. If anybody's in this area, they will be not able to exit very easily. So we'll get you to come down here. We'll lock you open. Now that we've got education unlocked, we'll actually go ahead and build this classroom just so we can kind of get some items started. And then just school desks and office desks. So we will probably go ahead and build the office desk. We'll do something weird like a fan there. Probably No, we'll probably actually do a bookshelf here and here. We'll go ahead and slow down since we are. Actually, do a quick pause real quick since we're taking all these inmates in. And then we will do our blackboard. Not sure. I don't really require a blackboard, so we may not focus on that right now. We'll go ahead and just build these desks out right here, and then might be all we need. If we actually move, we do a blackboard. Hopefully that goes against the wall, and then we will do the office desk. Probably right here. So it's in the center, more schooly, I guess you could say. And I don't think they need a water cooler. That shouldn't be something they need. I think that will be good. Well, there's a fancy desk, but they don't need that. So we'll go ahead and continue our prison intake. What does it say? No prisoners eat at this canteen. Well, because they are not in the prison yet. So they're going to go ahead and walk in. See if anybody's got some cool histories behind them. Video game piracy and fraud. Very interesting. Forgery, pickpocketing, forgery. He's kind of got the it all stacked up, which he served a lot of his time. Insider trading. Pled not guilty. Let's see. Money laundering. Pickpocketing. So kind of a bunch of just petty crime, which makes sense since they are, that's probably the most certain position in Tennessee Supply. Probably, I mean, makes sense since they're all just minimum security, so not really any false accounting, not really any major crimes. I mean, obviously no murder, blackmail, handling stolen goods, forgery, shoplifting, vandalism, money laundering, bribery, money laundering. Yeah, so obviously all these prisoners are just minor crimes. Well, all crimes are major crimes in the eyes of the law, but nothing is, you know, maximum security worthy. So these guards are all very not happy, so we may end up hiring some more guards so they can go ahead and probably get a break. Since this guard, this guard's on break here, we'll hire some more so they can kind of get all of them taken care of. We're all getting them some uniforms put on, and our janitors should come up. Everybody's very angry in this prison, which makes sense. I guess they did just receive 24 prisoners. But they should have all been able to take breaks at some point. So I'm not too sure what the irritation is. We may actually go... Ooh, what's happened here? We've already had one escape. That is fantastic. I don't know how that happened. Probably something to do with this very... So I can get this door locked open. I'm glad we've already had one escape. That really makes us happy. We'll go ahead and see if we can get these prisoners sped up. That escape will not move through us. We'll go ahead and just stay on full, just for the time being. That is crazy. So what do you require? Oh, he has no solitary because we have not set the rooms for solitary, believe it or not. So here will be your rooms. Hopefully we can figure out where that escapee was. We need to figure out some deployment as far as security goes, so we can get more guards stationed out. I think as far as food goes, I think this kitchen is an okay size, especially just for 24 prisoners. Our cooks will have to kind of, we may staff 2 more cooks just so the other ones can take a break. Yeah, it's like this cook's on break right now, so everybody can hopefully be working a little bit better. Go ahead and dump that food waste, which is good. Not sure what I said. Actually, I think I said earlier that we were going to extend the canteen down, so we'll probably utilize this also as a hallway and kind of maybe put another cell here and kind of just as a little island and continue to expand downwards. We do have families waiting to visit, which we can start visitation up sooner than later, but not necessarily a high demand thing for us, at least at the moment. I would like to do kind of like those prisons where it is a kind of an open concept, but to do that you really do have to have, you know, a large perimeter wall, and then you have to have the road gates, and it's an expensive thing to do. So what we may do is end up at some point when we where's our prison value at? So whenever we have the option to sell our prison, we may wait till some point, and then we will sell it, and then maybe we can do something similar to that. Which I think our prison is rated pretty high, but we had that escape in the last 24 hours, day 1 of having prisoners, and it was not very good for that to happen. How much longer do we have? Oh, so we do not have a security chief, which makes sense. So we'll go ahead and hire one of those. And now that the prisoners are resting, obviously a lot of our guards can't. We'll get that psychologist hired. Psychiatrist, obviously. So we just need a normal psychologist. We will go ahead and get you the office desk with the fancy chair. Of course, everybody's going through this office. May not have been an awesome idea to have that. What we may end up doing is create a wall here, and then we'll demolish this wall, and we can do a staff door here. So all they have to do is go through there instead of walking to the office every time they need to get anywhere. And we may actually dismantle this door, which they talk about the general quality. However, they have TVs. We'll see what we can do. They may be talking about like windows on the outer cells, which we can do that. The inner cells may not have the chance to do that. Let's see, I need a filing cabinet. May get you, a coat rack here. Get you a nice, beautiful paintings. And then the yard actually does probably need a little bit of fun in it. We'll go ahead and get you some dumbbell racks and do the weight bench on the other side. And then probably do some punching bags as well. And I think that'll be cool for what they need, at least at the moment, in the yard. You know, we're not going to do any cell phones. We could probably do an outdoor table, just to give them somewhere to sit. I think we actually want to, let's go ahead and pause this. We'll look at this, because there's a whole lot of lockup time in the standard regime. But that comes an issue. You know, I don't think, you know, they need to lock up as soon as it, you know, time comes, so they can shower for an hour and then wake up, immediately shower and eat, and then they can have 3 hours of work and then free time before they have to eat again, and then they'll give them some yard time, and then after yard probably go back to, I think each eat period is, so eat or eat, and then actually move this, and then we'll give them 2 hours of free time, and then, you know, either go, it's hard to tell, I think we'll go back to work or lock up. So if you don't want to work, you're going to lock up and you don't get free time. And then I don't think that's bad. I mean, an hour to shower for 24 prisoners is not that bad. We'll probably, well, how many hours sleep is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, 8 hours of sleep. So I think that won't necessarily be a bad idea. We don't have any work at the moment. But whenever we do, you know, we'll do laundry. Which much do we have? Did we unlock? We did unlock prison labor, so we'll go to logistics, and so we'll go ahead and assign 5. And then actually in the kitchen, required kitchen safety hygiene. So since it's such a small kitchen, we can only do one job. We do have 5 qualified, which is actually pretty interesting. But I think what we will do is look at our schedule for our classes programs. So we may do the kitchen safety, which requires a kitchen, obviously. And then, what do you acquire? General education qualification, led by teacher in classroom, session length 3 hours. Each participant requires a school desk, voluntary, can hire externally. Students sit academic and intermediate. So I think we'll lock you in general education, which doesn't say, I mean, it says that there's 0 interest for a lot of these, but I think after a while they will. So we'll kind of start working in on that. We'll keep this. So I think we have the negative cash flow now, just due to the fact that we've got a lot of these classes going on as well, which is not great. We may want to take more grants. And we are still waiting on that psychologist, which is okay. We'll go ahead and hire him. And that will allow us to see what exactly, like... So they just want rest, which is understandable. Now I'm not sure if it means, you know, obviously the higher these dots are, the more mad they will be. Like, do I need to come here and build like a bathroom here? I can do that. Let's actually see that. Let's see if that's something they want. If not, I mean, hey, no big deal. But if it is something they are wanting, we'll see. Ooh, CEO's calling. Perform programs key. You can pause that and read. I don't want to read it. So just reform programs, obviously. So let's get that built. Let's see, they're going to have yard time soon, which will not be good for this to be completed when they're out in the yard. But it shouldn't. They're going to have yard time by the time, yeah, they already have lockup, so nah, it should be fine. We'll actually go ahead and move the vending machines out of the way. We'll actually build a here actually. We'll actually just dismantle this. And then as far as roofs go, so we'll actually build a concrete wall here. And then do door. Actually, we may leave you open for like a sink, but we will do water just right here. Objects will need 2 toilets and a sink. But I don't want the bathroom sink. We want the sink with mirror. Yes, they can sit there and stare at themselves. Be like, man, I look so good. Wherever that's at. I don't know. We'll get the bathroom sink. Oh, who's fighting? Where was it at? Ooh, somebody tried to escape, I believe. What was he trying to do? Well, tell me. Unconscious. So quality 0, very low. So why are they? So, let's see. So family, recreation, which they do get recreation, I feel like. They have toilets in their dorms. Do they need more toilets? Not exactly too sure. Do I need to put toilets around the dorms? Okay, so we do now have deployment. So we will go ahead and assign a guard, obviously always to the yard. We'll assign one to this kind of prison block here. And then we can probably go ahead and assign one here as well. Now we do have, can't tell if he's... Let me search this prisoner. Get that searched in pronto. Because he did just have items in his bag, or in his pocket. Yeah, there he goes. There's a bunch of people. If I can just pop right there, and if he'll take care of that. Now, I want to see, what is their... So they want more recreation. Okay, so actually a good thing that I've kind of noticed for us is that actually I noticed that a lot of our staff, they had a food need, and I wasn't really sure, how to fulfill that. So I think a vending machine in here may have solved that as well. But we went ahead and also just put a serving table in here, just a small one to fit between the drink machines. It seems like that's helping out a lot of them. A lot of them are eating and their needs are going down, so that's good. And then they can use the drink machine as well. Okay, so now that we're back, we've kind of done a little bit of improvements. So we went ahead and built a common room and did a visitation as well, because that was more of our higher complaints. Obviously family was a huge one, so we went ahead and put some cell phones inside of the yard as well, which we may need to tap those at some point. And I think there's, obviously privacy and luxuries. Um, Privacy, I'm not sure what all we can do as far as maybe other than going away from the dorms and maybe just going to regular cells, which may be something we might need to look at doing, or put less people in one dorm. But I think that will be something we figure out for next time. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching us create this prison here. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.